Does it feel different going into the playoffs than it did a year ago?
For me, I think the only thing that's really different is just having the experience, being able to play in games like this at Arrowhead, and being able to win one and lose one. And so I understand that how much every single play counts, how much every single rep in practice counts, and how you have to really take advantage of every single opportunity that you get.
Patrick, Andy mentioned that the game speeds up in the playoffs. So I'm wondering if there was a moment last year against the Colts where that sort of hit you, that the game was a little bit of a different speed. I
think you can feel it in pregame warmups. You can feel the intensity. You can feel how much faster everybody's moving around, how much every single play counts. And you get out there in warmups and you feel that energy, and you have to make sure that you kind of maintain and find a way to do whatever it is to put your team in the best situation every single play.
We asked Coach a little bit about his incredible record coming off byes and what his approach is during bye weeks that has allowed for that kind of success. What is your own opinion on what allows Coach Reed to have the kind of success that he does coming off byes? How does he prepare you guys so well? I think
he does a good job of letting us heal our bodies, but at the same time keeping us in that same rhythm, that same thing that we have going all season long. He's gotten a good feel for it, understands how to make sure our heads are still in the game and we're still preparing for that next game, even if we don't know necessarily who we're playing. And at the same time, we're healing our bodies and making sure that we're able to play fast when we get there. And so that's something that he's really kind of mastered as he's gotten his coaching career throughout the years.
When you think back to that Week 6 game, where are you health-wise, maybe compared to, I know you had that lingering ankle thing in Week 6. Where are you health-wise, compared to that?
Yeah, obviously the ankle thing has felt better and better as the season's gone on, and I've been able to heal that up. But going out there, I still think I'm gonna be able to move and do all this similar type of things. I know I kind of banged it around that game, but going in, I'm definitely feeling good and ready to go out there and just play a football game.
I just asked Coach this a few minutes ago, but for you, similar to going up against the division team that you're so familiar with them, how much easier is the process in preparing for a team that you faced already with the schemes, so when you're sitting down for game plan meetings that you have a better idea, you're not starting from scratch with a new look?
Yeah, I think it's better when you can understand each and every player and kind of what they do and what things they're really good at and what things they don't do as well, and you're able to kind of figure out exactly how you want to attack. Obviously this defense has a lot of really good football players on it, so we know it's going to be a challenge, and so we're just excited for the opportunity to go out there and play against one of the best teams in the football league at this time of the year.
During the bye week, you had enough time to kind of look back at yourselves. What did you kind of learn about yourselves going into the playoff run offensively that you feel that maybe you guys should improve upon, more things that you could correct?
I think it's just keep getting better at what we're doing. I think we've done a good job of keeping it balanced, running, throwing, whatever it is, the screen game, and really everything, and just trying to do what we can to keep this offense rolling. And I think if we can just keep majoring on the details and focusing in on it, that we'll keep being able to put up points when we need to.
As you watch the games on Saturday, you're sitting there watching these playoff games, you're waiting for your opponent, right? Mm-hmm. How many times did you think it was going to be this team and that team and the other team? What was your Saturday like watching these things?
Yeah, I didn't necessarily focus on who it was going to be. We got a little lucky because the Patriots and Houston kind of play similar schemes, and then I watched a little bit of Buffalo during the last week as well, and I kind of just try to keep myself with just a broad base of who we could play, and luckily I watched a good amount of Houston and we got them, and so I was able to really focus in on that as I came into the facility that next day and as this week has went on.
Both teams are different, right? But when you look back at what the Texans did last week, how much different did it actually look from your eyes?
Yeah, I think they do a good job of doing specific game plans for teams versus us. They did it one way. They do it different versus another team. And so I think the biggest thing is getting out there early in the game and figuring out what their game plan is, and then finding ways to execute against it. And I think Coach Reed's done a good job of kind of building the game plan that we're able to do those things.
After the game last season against the Patriots, you talked about needing to let it hurt and that it should help you move you guys forward in the offseason. I'm curious what you remember about the immediate aftermath of the game and how you felt and what you started to do to move toward this season, how quickly you did that.
Yeah, anytime you lose and you're that close, you don't feel good. You're not going to be happy with the season. But as you look back on it, you understand the experiences that you got, and so I'm gonna try to use those experiences to go out there and find a way to keep playing. We understand it's a day-by-day process. You have to execute every single day and be the best player you can be every single day, from practice to meetings to whatever it is, so that when you get to those games, you can execute at a high level and try to just keep playing.
When you came off the field, do you remember any sense of what you really felt or what you observed as you went into the locker room, and any particular hurt that came to mind?
Yeah, I mean that's stuff that you've kind of have with every time you end a season, no matter what level it's at. But when you're that close, you want to make sure you give yourself an opportunity to get back. And so we've done that this year. We're in the playoffs. We understand we're still far away from our ultimate goal, but we understand it's a day-by-day process, and it's not something you can do on one weekend or one game.
Patrick, I remember before the season opener this year, just kind of the expression you had when I asked you about an entire OTA, mandatory minicamp, training camp to develop new plays that you guys had not put out together. Some guys in the locker room have mentioned the idea that maybe there are new plays that could be presented in the playoffs. Just how intriguing is that, and how much of an aspect can that be on Sunday to do something new that haven't been shown in the first 16 games?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Reed does a good job of having new plays every single week, it seems like. When we work on stuff, even if we don't use it, we're able to kind of carry it on to the next week and find ways to execute it versus different defenses. And so I think that's a great thing to have at this point in the season. You're able to still do stuff that the teams can't scout for and do stuff that you can hopefully have success with against those defenses.
You had to play an extended stretch this season without Eric Fisher. Just how valuable has it been to have a veteran guy like that protecting your back blind side, especially against a guy like J.J. Watt?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, Fish has been playing at a high level for a long time now, and he's played against a lot of different defense ends that are really good. And like you said, J.J. Watt's a heck of a player and someone who's done it for a long time as well. So just being able to have someone that has been able to go out there with the best of them and compete and really hold his own is definitely something that gives you a lot of trust to stand in that pocket and make those throws.
Do you have to build a relationship with the left tackle, just as far as them understanding what you're going to do in the pocket and knowing where they're going to be and working around that?
Yeah, I mean, I try to build a relationship with all those guys. I mean, those are the guys that are protecting you, so I want to make sure that I know exactly what they're thinking, how they're going about their business, and I mean, obviously, you want to make sure that you're protected back there and able to run the offense the way it's supposed to be ran.
When you went ones versus ones in the beginning of the season against your own defense, and now when you do it later in the year, how different is that group that you're kind of facing?
Yeah, I mean, you get to see all the different schemes and different stuff that they're kind of doing. Obviously, they don't game plan for us, but you get to see the different looks and how the quarterbacks have to really combat that. And I mean, I'm glad that I'm not playing against them. I'll say that.
One thing what's your from Tyrann Matthews is championship swagger. It seems like last game it sort of is bleeding into a lot of the offensive conversation as well. Just how much as a team do you think that they bought into this idea that we present?
Yeah, I think it's a mentality. I mean, that's the biggest thing. At this point of the season, you're not going to be feeling the best. You're not going to be in your perfect tip-top shape, but you have to have that mentality that every single day you're gonna try to be great. And I feel like with this team, with Tyrann and with Frank, and then with the offensive guys, Travis and Tyreek, that we've kind of built this mentality that every single day we're going to go out there and be the best players that we can be.
You got to watch Frank go through his sort of setback and injuries and just the up and down stretch that he had. Obviously, everybody knows about your injury. Just from your vantage point, going through what you went through, what was it like to sort of see him do his own sort of version of perseverance through this regular season?
Yeah, I mean, it's been awesome to see him kind of come on as late as he's gotten healthy and been able to do the things that he normally does. I mean, being last year playing against him, I understood that he's a good football player that's always around the quarterback, and you see him go throughout the season and he has his things or whatever it is, and kind of now getting healthy, you can see how much he can really impact the football game. And so I understand that with our defense, they're kind of all kind of coming into their own now and really impacting the game, and so we're going to try to do our part as an offense to find ways to win football games.
Patrick, I understand the AFC Championship game loss stuck with you for a bit. I'm curious, how long did the anger phase about that loss last for you?
I think it wasn't until after the Super Bowl. I think I kind of went away, and you watched the Super Bowl last year, and you're like, man, I wish we were in that game. But after that, I kind of just went right back to working out, getting my body in the best shape possible, and trying to prepare to be in moments like we'll be in this weekend.
I know it's the other side of the table, but what do you see out of Deshaun Watson kind of from week 6 to now that you see, and then obviously the playoff game where he has the ability to kind of escape tacklers and never give up mentality?
Yeah, I mean, if you've watched Deshaun since college, and I'm sure even since high school, they're never out of a game. I mean, he's someone that can make big plays happen no matter what the scenario is, and he's going to fight until the end. And so you know that going into the game, so you know that coming in as an offense and as a defense and as a team, you have to make sure that you're on top of it all game long. It's going to be a 60-minute fight or even longer, whatever it takes. I mean, you have to make sure that you come in with that mentality that you're going to play your best football every single snap.
What are your
On that-
expectations of what the atmosphere is going to be like, and then what's your message to fans and the mentality they need to bring when they come to Arrowhead on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, I don't even have to say it. I mean, they're going to be there, and they're going to be loud, and so the atmosphere is going to be amazing. We'll be able to enjoy it. We're going to go out there, and we're going to play our best football and try to find a way to get a win, and I'm sure that crowd will be a big help in that.
Couple more guys. Deshaun, this is going to be the second year since 2003 where the AFC Super Bowl quarterback isn't Brady or Roethlisberger or Manning. And now you and Deshaun and Lamar Jackson are all still alive in this phase of the playoffs. Going to be somebody else. What do you see whenever you look at those guys and kind of the idea of this new class of young quarterbacks trying to fight for the AFC?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's exciting. You're getting to play guys that you've kind of seen around as you've kind of gone through either the recruiting cycle or being in college and then now in the NFL. And so you understand that they're good football players. They have really good football teams. And, I mean, you just want to be in this part of the season and be able to play for something. And I'm excited that I have a team around me that we'll be able to go out there and play our best football and hopefully win.
Do you feel any of the weight of that generation of guys not being here in this moment this season?
Not necessarily. I mean, for me, it's all kind of that same mentality. No matter who it is, we have to go out there and do what we do as an offense, as a team, in order to win. And we understand that the challenge is going to be high, but we're going to still play our best football.
Had success throwing the football down the field, Pat. What is the successful part for you? Is it feel? Is it the chemistry, the timing? Andy said it was timing. What do you?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just knowing when to take your shots and when to kind of go for the big play. It obviously helps that I have really fast guys running routes for me and that can go out and catch the ball. But yeah, just being on the same page with those guys and giving them chances to make plays.
Okay, thanks guys.